Okay, just a quick info for our viewers and listeners. The floorball was invented in 1970s in Gothenburg, Sweden. So as we mentioned earlier, this sport came from European country. So it's not really popular in the southeast. So that's why we invite them today to give more view in this kind of sport to give you good information today. Floorball is firstly appearing in Malaysia was in 2001 in University Malaya by their coach. Yes. So maybe I can pin this to Naomi because she has the info with that things. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so basically floorball was first introduced in Malaysia. The first demo was in University Malaya.
Malaya.
Yeah.
Sorry.
My slang.
This Chinese.
So basically there are two men from Sweden who came to did the demo to show Dr. Rizal, who is our coach now for the Malaysian floorball women's team, how the sport was invented and how it's played, just for exposure to the Malaysian community. Yeah, at that time. So since then till now, it's been growing. Yes, growing every year, and thankfully this year, because our last SEA Games we managed to clinch bronze in our SEA Games. This year from category B, we've already shifted to category A. So slowly it's growing, getting there, and more people are getting to know what is floorball and how it's played.
Yeah, just to get a better understanding. Category A is fully funded by Malaysian National Council. Category B is like I'm not saying outsider, it's just not fully support, but they have to find their own sponsorship.
Correct.
Yep.
So it's like a private club or private organization, but still represent the same flag.
Loner.
No, like still winning. Okay, let's move to the next question because you guys can be called as pioneer in floorball Malaysia. How do you guys see this sport has grown?
Okay, to answer that question, I think I have the best answer because I was originally not from floorball and I have no idea what is floorball actually. I've been asked to join training like, hey, come lah, we have an open training, we have an open game, so join us. And I was not sure why I was supposed to play this game because everything I have to rebuild. I have to buy a new stick, I have to buy a new shoes, everything. So, and then slowly I've been involving in this team, and I can say it's really growing. Been a lot of competitions and a lot of experience as well. So I think floorball in Malaysia has brought up something new for I think a lot of new athletes also that played floorball pun like enjoy the competition because we wouldn't have much competition in Malaysia actually. We will have a lot of competition in Singapore, in Thailand. We've been into New Zealand for World Cup qualifier, and a lot of games is outside because a lot of competitors wasn't from Malaysia itself. So exposure from the game, the best one is at outside. I could say Singapore has in Asian, Singapore has the most development floorball players. Same like our hockey. We were the best at hockey, but floorball wasn't that but in Singapore, their floorball was at the top because they training every day. They make the floorball as main of the sports in that country. Most schools play floorball.
It's in their PE or pendidikan jasmani curriculum in their activity. So
like
it's like
us,
a must.
We play bola lah,
it's like
netball, but theirs
common sport.
they play floorball.
It's
as their
included.
common.
So in maybe every other week, you try a different sport in your PE class, right? So floorball is included in their school curriculum.
I think it's the same like dodgeball.
Correct.
Dodgeball.
They do the open, it's like open audition.
Yes.
And then like for you, when you started, is it self-funded?
Correct.
Self-funded,
Mostly
right?
self-funded.
Self-funded.
Yes.
Yeah, same as you.
Yes.
I think this time around it was fully sponsored. And
It's like a big step.
big step for us.
After many years playing,
And a lot of people also sponsored us.
a lot of people are willing.
We have
wanting
Kelmi.
to,
We have Kelmi are now top to bottom, like from Kelmi, apparels, training and all. It's just that our sticks wasn't from Kelmi lah. Our sticks from our another brands.
So, like both of you in the team, how many division do you have? Is it the one team, or do you guys have another team to prepare for another game, for the qualifying games? It's just you guys?
We don't have much players, but we have
Usually it's an open selection first. Because in Malaysia we only have one division. For in KL, in Kuala Lumpur itself we only have one division for women's and for men's. Maybe in Penang sometimes we used to have like 2 divisions. So if you are in division 1, meaning you're
top one.
the top lah in the state. Then division 2 will be maybe good players as well. It's just that you have to be qualified to play for division 1. So now because of COVID it has reduced. So it's back to one division. But like in Penang now we have a mixed gender
play
So both genders play together in the same team. For one division only. It used to be like women's and men's, but it's a different year lah. So this year is mixed.
So the official game you need to be in
men's or women's. Yes.
Okay, so you guys headed to Cambodia tomorrow, right?
Correct.
And I'm very excited to looking forward on your performance there. So how's the training has been like for you guys? Because like for you, Farah, you celebrate Raya. And like you have
Naomi also celebrate Raya. Naomi also celebrate Raya lah, you know.
Before you said earlier you took early leave, right?
Yes.
So how do you adapt? I mean, your bondship and then your situation when go
you have
through
to
the fasting month and celebrate Raya. A bit different lah.
So how do I juggling?
How do you feel like when you're training, you kena puasa?
Because it happens years by years, right? I think we experienced it before last year also same. We had a competition during Raya. So during fasting is actually pretty tough. The toughest one when we had a friendly every day at Singapore during our fasting month. Last 2 months.
Last 2
months.
So they were fasting.
Some of us fasting and some of us yang kalau period tu period lah, okay lah. But most of us Malay like fasting, and friendly wasn't that low intense. It's a high intense, so we really need to catch up with them.
Because we have 2 sessions a day
intensity
sometimes.
And then for the technicals, everything, you have to really put up the mindset so that you could have the same motivation as your teammates itself.
Because
so
it's a team sport.
Kita pergi je lah.
And same performance while you're fasting.
Correct. And I think that's the best motivations as well, because you are actually fight with your own self. Because when you're fasting, your mindset is everywhere. But if you can fight for that, I think you can perform while you're not fasting.
I experienced one racing. Racing in fasting month. Puasa. That time all my teammates already like I remember they bought McDonald's after I cannot mention the name. But me and my partner was like tahan je
semua setan je dunia ni.
But then that was after the game, and then we had to heading back to Malaysia because the game is only in Singapore.
Alright.
It's just one day trip, right? Okay, how about you, Naomi?
Naomi
like
not fasting. Naomi like
so you guys
drinking water in front of us.
So usually when our Muslim team members are fasting, we are allowed to. We do have breaks as well, but I feel a little more. It is tougher for us as well, because what do we do? Do we drink in front of them? Do we not drink?
Some of the time they are also like fasting.
Because we're not sure.
Right.
We want to respect them. We don't want to, make them feel like we don't understand, because
most of the Chinese also, I think when we travel to Singapore, we heading by bus, right?
We
the driver wasn't berhenti pun dekat so they are all like fasting also.
So it's like buka puasa, we try to buka together. Like it's an important thing lah. Like we want to be there with them, like because mentally it can be very challenging. There are a lot of things outside that we don't see. Only they are seeing everything. So we try to be there for them lah. If it's not just like drinking water as well,
it's
just being
fine.
for them mentally, and like just pushing them like, hey, if you really can't take it. Just take a break. Just take a break, and if you really need to, just drink water because you can't be like suddenly you pingsan. Then what are we gonna do? You know? Yeah. So they know their limits, and we all trust that they, you know,
the physical health also important, right, towards the game. So during the breakdown, what you do? Meditate.
Close our eyes
Like how
air
many minutes?
masak pun jadi sedap.
Macam sedap.
Yeah, how many minutes for the break in between the games?
Okay, so like our full game, like match
Full
period,
game?
or like during training?
The full match.
Alright.
You
So usually it will be
3 quarters.
yeah,
So we have 20, 20, 20. So in between the quarters, like 5 minutes
5
break.
to 10 minutes. 5 to 10 minutes.
That's long.
It depends on
So what you do?
We will usually head to the
No, we will just listen to what coach wants
like
to do.
for that period, like for that
Tak
period,
sempat
let's say,
pun nak buat apa-apa.
if like let's say for that period, it's a good period. Okay, maybe in the locker room, the conversation will be like, okay, what are the pros and cons of that period? How do we move forward? If it's, let's say we are conceding or we are losing it, you know, from the start of the game, maybe you have to reset how we're going to strategize again, reset what we should do, what we should not do in the locker room, and if there's a swap of the line change. Because floorball we play
By lines.
so there's a lot of
By
shifts. So
lines.
the game is 20 minutes, right, per period. So maybe in that 20 minutes I'm in the first line, I go in, and then within maybe a minute, or it depends on like how long you're playing in the court, but in a minute I come out, the next line goes in. So it's a continuous swap. Like hockey, you're mainly playing most of the time, right? And then you swap once in a while. For us, we are constantly swapping throughout that 20 minutes.
It's
Yes.
like American football.
Yeah.
Yes.
Swap.
Yeah. Constantly.
Right. That's a good information. Okay. We will be right back after this to discuss more about SEA Games Cambodia and sportsmanship relating to the floorball. See you guys after this. Take five.
Go on.
Go. Banyak cakap.
Naomi
Rewind back to basics. Rewind back to basics. Rewind back to basics. Rewind back to basics.
The last flag, if the tie the point, who are more active, who will win? Then I'm sure, 100% sure I was more active than her. But they choose her, so I don't know what happened, this judge. That's why I'm not happy even my medals, because of this, not true.
You are the knockdown.
Yeah, I knocked down, she fall down, she, step back when I press. But they give her, the judge. So I don't know. Really, I don't know. I cannot understand why they give her.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Sport Matters. I'm your host Adilla J Sam. So today we have two special girls okay, in the studio to talk about sportsmanship and floorball. Okay, before we go any further, I'm actually interested to talk about two national female athletes. One, Atira Hidayah, who representing obstacle race event. She won the first medal for Malaysia and picking up the bronze. And then the gold was contributed by karate athlete Miss Shamalarani Chandran. So Shamalarani wins an upset for her opponent, Philippine athlete named Juna, where she expressed the judge decision. She said she was more active, but they choose Shamalarani, Malaysian athlete, and that points should be given to the most aggressive fighter. Then Juna didn't hold back and said it on camera too. So this is what we call in the sportsmanship terms can be considered a part of rule and regulation. So I want to ask Naomi and Farah, do you guys ever experience this kind of, you know, situation? I mean, difficulty, you guys can win, but with the referee and judge, and what sort of penalty you guys, you know?
Definitely, we've experienced it throughout our floorball career, like many wrong calls by the referees. You know, they are the playmakers of the game sometimes.
Correct.
They may have called a wrong call, you know, whether it's a foul, whether it's a free hit that you give to the opponent, you know. But I think it's all part of the game. There are only 2 referees guarding all 10 to 12 players in court.
Situationally, it wasn't our, like we said, when they called for it, maybe they have the right options from there. Maybe they have their own decisions while we are seeing in the other sides. But for them, that is the good call. But situationally as well, when I experienced this, when they called for the wrong decision, I think they will cover back in after. They will cover back in after. Okay? So, according to that situation where the sportsmanship from the referees and also the players itself, some of the time we as a player cannot express ourselves like we argued with the ref, because that plays a lot. That will get you into this person,
The mood of the game.
this person has the emotional, like what we saw, like characters that this person always wants to argue. But when you just accept whatever that decision made by the referees, it could be one of the things that could improve yourself in the next career.
If it's a wrong call, you know,
You can always argue if everyone is supporting you. It always happen in all game actually. But at the end of the day, ref call is ref call. Cannot say much.
But I think if there is support from
The team or the coaches
the
itself,
coaches,
then we have to
you
fight
know,
for it.
I think most of the time they will review and ask the other refereeing pair, you know, what was the call, what did you see from your side, because there's always on opposite sides.
There's always a hit of referees as well on the
they're also watching.
camera side.
Yeah.
So they will call out for another decision.
Maybe he made the wrong call, and then from the outside, okay, they review, okay, they take the call back, which happens very rarely, but can happen. But most of the time, because there are 2 of them, you know, sometimes you are on the blind side, you don't see what's happening, and your other referees, I saw
Pointing.
exactly what happened. So they are always usually communicating.
They will cut off the time. They will discuss together. At the end of the day, the result is the same.
It depends lah. Which is the
I
referee
understand the
there.
feeling.
Sometimes they
But
do.
lega lah. Okay lah, diorang ada discuss.
Sometimes it might be good decision, sometimes it might make you
Yep.
sad.
Yeah.
Correct.
So as I mentioned earlier, if you guys want to win RM200 Word of Al Ehsan shopping voucher, this is the first keyword: transparent and truthful. So make sure you guys get this keyword and drop your comment and get it all 3 words. All 3 keywords. This is the first one, okay? I repeat: transparent and truthful. Alright, let's focus on these 2 goals. Okay, so with the rules and regulation, anything can happen with the game. So if that happen in the next game, to avoid that, do you guys have some sort of video analysis person in the team?
Usually after every game, right? Our
Coaches,
manager who will maybe record the video. Most of the time, will go back, transfer the videos to the computer, and then after our game,
They will share the clips.
yeah, they will share the clips,
Yeah.
video analysis, how we improve, where we should be standing, what we should have done better, what could have been improved, all these for every game. Yep.
So what do you guys think about the athlete action, the Philippine athlete action?
The one, the karate one.
I think because of probably too anger, and then you are actually tired, and then you
Yeah.
wanted that so much.
Yes.
Of course, gold medalist, and you brought that things is a pride. So when you think that you've done best, to that extent, she can fought for it. So probably dia rasa she fought for it.
Like she did a
She
better
did very
job.
best.
You know, she did her best.
So that's where the arguments came. Like, we don't watch the game. We don't feel how she felt. But
she knows.
She's no better, so it's
Yeah.
no sport anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the judge also will see you as a whole.
why do they arguing because of the active aggressiveness?
Maybe because of the point. Usually combat sport, they
Yeah.
count by the point. Let's say you kick.
That's
if
one
hit,
point.
that's 1 point.
Okay.
No, I have a strong feeling. No. So that's what happened. But still, she's won the medal.
All right.
Just a silver medal.
Okay.
But you know sometimes people
It's
can be so
different.
mean. If you lose, you lose.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's different for ourselves as an athlete. If you lose by second or by any simple mistake, you know you will cry all night.
Correct.
It can be cry all season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true.
So let's move to the next question. Okay, I want to ask in detail about floorball. So can you tell me how many position, and then what is your position?
Okay.
So for me, I play a defender. So we have 5 people in the team, excluding the keeper. So that's 6 of us.
6.
So there's the goalkeeper. Yep. 2 defenders, a center, and 2 forwards.
Yep.
Yeah. So like for me, I play defender. Aya,
Cuba teka.
Okay,
Not a goalie lah.
tekan teki now.
does midfield exist?
Center?
Center.
Center, yeah.
Just different words. Just different
Yeah,
words.
because I don't watch
Floorball.
floorball
Yeah.
and I
better
don't
watch
watch
Adilla.
football.
Yeah.
I play for top forward.
Yeah.
Top
Yeah.
forward. So you bring the ball forward and go and
Not
shoot.
bring the ball. I just shoot for the ball.
It's like striker. Like there'll be 2
striker, yeah.
strikers. Yeah. So the main 3 on the top will usually be the ones that are usually in
Attacking.
front of the goal. Yeah, attacking.
And
We
then-
also attack, but
Defensive
Yeah.
lines first and play up for the
I know you play futsal outside of the floorball as well, right? So is
You
it the same?
do.
You play futsal? Yeah, she always invite me to play futsal.
terror ni,
Dia
terror.
kenal dari dunia luar. I main sikit-sikit je lah. Tak reti
But
sangat pun.
is
kaki
it the
bangku.
same?
Fast game. Futsal and floorball is a fast game. Yeah. Technically it's the same thing where you have 5 people on the court and then 1 goalie. The play up is the same. The target is always to score the goal, but different techniques is different lah. Futsal using legs, floorball is using both. Kaki pun kena laju,
You're
tangan
running
pun kena
and
laju.
trying to control the ball at the same time. Yeah.
So you relate back to all 12 component fitness.
Aduh.
Key fitness component. So okay, I want to ask this to Naomi. How optimistic are you guys with the SEA Games? Is it your first appearance in SEA Games?
This is my third. This is my
Okay.
third SEA Games. Yeah.
How about you?
My second SEA Games.
Okay, maybe I will ask her.
Ajak tanya dia.
Tanya dia apa?
Takut.
How optimistic are you guys, man? Like,
I'm very hopeful that the team this year is one of the best teams. Yep, we've produced. They are younger players. The gap is smaller between the seniority and juniors. I'm very hopeful that we will be able to contribute something to our country. Yeah. Yeah.
That's the plan, and that is the things that we're gonna make it sure.
Yeah.
We're gonna bring back.
We're all very focused this year. Yeah.
Okay.
With our aim.
so this is just extra question. Where will you be heading after SEA Games actually? More games?
There are indoor games this year. This will be the first year
Thailand.
where floorball is actually in the indoor games.
Recognizing
yeah.
in indoor
Yeah.
games.
Usually floorball we don't play for the indoor games competition, but this year is included, first time. So that will be in October, November, around
probably around that
period
time,
of time.
at Thailand.
In Thailand this time.
So yeah, Thailand was one of the best. We call it like the organizer for a
so the
floorball.
best lah for Southeast.
Yeah.
Are they your rival as well?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. We always, most of the time, draw with Thailand. We are very close. But I think, with all the games that we've played with them, we've learned a lot. And I think this year, playing against them again, we hope that it will be a different and
Yeah.
much better the result that we all
We
want.
will play with Thailand for the first match
Yeah.
on this
On the
Wednesday.
11th.
This, okay.
11, 9,
11th.
10.
So that's
11th
your
of
first
May.
match.
That's our first match.
Yes. Thailand, Singapore, Philippines,
Yeah.
Cambodia. Yeah. We don't know. We don't know yet who play for Cambodia because Cambodia is the first team
Their first-
ever. We never
first
made
time playing
Cambodia.
floorball.
Yeah.
We hope for Indonesia, but Indonesia doesn't take parts this year.
They pulled out this
They
year
pull out this year.
because of their support from government. Yeah, so they just pulled out last minute.
Okay. Because so let's move to the next question. I think this is like a common question for any athletes. Even me myself received this kind of question. Can you share with us about your preparation, frequency of training, nutrition wise, in terms of taking care of physical health? I mean, do you guys have to be at certain kgs
Oh, okay.
to be in the team?
Okay, so basically, we will have an individual training and also for team training. Like team training, where basically we we centralize together. That is part of the technicals, drills, skills, and all. But for individual, where had been supervised or monitored by our coaches and also managers from past 4 to 6 months actually.
So
Yeah, it was
the periodization of 4 months.
correct.
Yep.
So where all of us has been designed a program where everyone should be sending the result daily basis or weekly basis, like example, like when you do a running, when you do a gym session, when you do a lot of recovery, so that is where the preparation goes. And when you centralize in the team training, that's where you all out with the skills. And also for the teams one, a lot of team skills and drills. But when it goes to individual, where she run at outside, like overseas, so everyone is sending a lot of results.
Oh, that's mean everyone in your team already has their own career.
Correct.
Because most of the team players this year, most of us
Workers.
are working.
Working,
Yeah,
yeah.
like maybe the past few SEA Games, maybe they are mostly students as well.
Correct.
But this is actually one of the first few years where we are all actually working. So, like for training, sometimes because we're not full timers, we are part-time floorball players. You know, like we don't
Tak dapat
play this as a
pelepasan.
full time. Yeah, so we have our own work on Mondays to Fridays, and then after our work, usually we head for training sessions, runs. So I think because we're all also in different states, we train with our states on the weekdays, and then when we do have centralized on the weekends, that's where we all come together to train our court sessions. Yep. So physical and gym sessions are usually on ourselves or with our state.
Oh,
Yes.
that's a pack activity you guys had.
Correct.
Okay, we still have few more questions and issues to discuss. But first, our retail partner Aeon Big, together with Sinar Daily, have a competition for you. Malaysian Heroes favorite. All you have to do is listen to our panel favorite, which is our guest, favorite diet plan and nutritional plan, which is I'm gonna head to that question after this. All you need to do is list them down and go to the Aeon B and buy all that stuff and create the most creative way on Instagram, like a video, and tag Sinar Daily, and also don't forget to hashtag Aeon Big. Okay, so make sure your Instagram is not private, set it on public, and we're gonna take a short break and see you guys after this.
Click.
Red One, back to basics. Red One, back to basics. Red One, back to basics. basics. Rewind back to basics. Rewind back to basics.
Hi, welcome back with Sport Matters with me, Adilla J Sam, and my two girls, Naomi and Farah. Okay, Farah. Okay, that's her IG. You guys can follow her now. And Naomi, we're gonna share your Instagram later.
Mair.
Okay, let's head to the next question. So to relate back to the previous question, you already mentioned about your frequency of training and what type of training. And now we want to ask about the nutrition wise. I mean, do you have specific diet or?
I was before.
Okay.
I think I was before.
What kind of diet?
Share your diet.
I do a lot of intermittent fasting before. That was before. For now, I think dah tak larat kot nak buat intermittent fasting. I was actually has a very rigid diet where I cut rice for a long time, for years.
What is it about? Why you cut the rice?
I'm afraid of fat.
Oh, she's afraid like if she becomes fat by eating too much rice.
Oh yeah, the
because
mindset. I understand.
I have a goal of having a 4 packs. I'm actually wanted to have a packs in my body, so I really have a rigid diet. But now I think I was just calorie deficit. I'm into calorie deficit where not a lot of sugars in my drink. I only take like mineral water, or if terlampau haus baru kita ambil the sugary drinks lah. But every day I was mineral water and also coffee. I cannot live without coffee. And then kalau makan like 1 or 2 meals a day only. That's all. But I'm into calorie deficit lah. Not too much calories.
Thank God she's still reading.
How about Naomi? Naomi eat a lot.
She's
like
smaller than me. Like, how come she eat two meal per day?
Guys, if you watch Naomi eating, you feel like she's having 2 person. She will like take everything and slowly eat.
Yeah, that's
No
the
stop.
best.
She likes to borak first. Lepas tu semua macam, Naomi, can you please makan lagi sikit? Dia tak habis-habis pun makan lagi.
Pengantin makan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how they will call it, pengantin.
Like for myself, I try to incorporate a lot of fruits in my diet. Okay,
Yes.
usually if we have morning sessions, we'll have breakfast together as a team. I'll try to have some carbs, rice or bread with some protein. Before
Nasi
training.
lemak confirm.
My favorite is nasi lemak. If there's nasi lemak available, everybody will be eating nasi lemak, alright?
I
So
eat nasi lemak.
nasi lemak or like something light before training. And then after the session and during, sometimes we have electrolyte drinks,
Yeah,
100 plus or something sweet just to kick up your mood. After training, usually just for recovery, usually
Nasi
a lot
lagi.
of protein, nasi. Just don't overeat. We try not to overeat. I think everybody has a different body type. You know,
Yes.
some can take more, some can
Yes.
take not so much. It really depends on how you understand your body and what you do to nourish it. If at home, you know, like when we are not staying in
Munching.
MSN, I usually cook. I try to cook different dishes. Like if it's rice, then maybe something steamed, something fried, a mixture of everything. I'm not very rigid where I just want everything steamed and everything fried. It's just a mix. Yeah, I think I function better as well. Yeah, and I think everybody, you know, in Malaysia, what do you expect us to eat, right? We love food, you know, and it's part of our culture. So yeah, but you know, nearer to competitions, usually we try to cut down a lot of
Yeah,
sugar.
but I ate Maggie last night.
Sugar.
Cause too hungry. You lah.
It's great because I cannot eat Maggie.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Why?
I become itchy.
Itchy. Oh, like gata.
And then like
Go away, Adilla.
my-
Maggie is life.
I don't like Maggie. That's the problem.
I'm alright lah. I'm alright with
Okay
Maggie.
lah. Some of the time
Yeah,
just
yeah.
feel like I want soups and
Something soupy.
instant. You can
Something instant,
get,
yeah.
Yeah, something
Yeah,
instant.
something
Fast.
convenient. Yeah, fast.
But if coaches tahu matilah I.
Sekarang dia boleh dengar ni.
But yeah, mana tadi lapar sangat.
Yeah.
Vitamin.
So like, do you have any? Okay. If you go to the grocery shop, what kind of what type, what kind of food you
Ingredients.
will have in your trolley.
Okay.
Because we
Like
want
what
to get
ingredients?
people to go to the Aeon Bigs
Oh, okay.
to buy what kind of stuff
Okay.
you like.
She likes roti.
I
loves
buy
roti.
roti a lot.
White bread.
White or like
Gardenia, please sponsor me. Wait, I
Lagi
buy
in.
Gardenia like every
Gardenia
single
white
day.
bread, is
You
it?
tak tahu ke? I beli Gardenia every day.
She's like Gardenia.
In my
Ambassador.
bag like a lot of
How
Gardenia.
many
Jagung ada, coklat ada.
Oh, ya ke?
Ya betul.
You suka?
Wait, dia tanya.
I didn't know you like try all the flavors. I
Yeah.
mean, I know she likes bread.
Yeah, I like breads too much.
Now
Bread je?
Gardenia has a lot of new
Different flavours.
If go Singapore, I really like.
I really like the butterscotch.
Oh yeah, I've tried the butterscotch as
Gardenia's
well.
place.
Why Malaysia tak bawa
Now there's
masuk
so many
roti?
flavors. Then more people
Yeah,
are
I
like buying,
remember
right?
my friend from Indonesia. Can you buy me a Gardenia?
Yeah. Even in Sabah and Sarawak, everybody buys bread back home.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now they
Okay, dah
in
enough. Roti dah enough.
enough of roti.
How about beside than Gardenia,
I
like,
don't do
like the whole
groceries.
foods, the whole
Whole
food.
foods.
I don't do
Natural.
groceries.
You don't do groceries.
You don't do groceries.
Okay, I'll share you my.
don't buy chicken.
Wait, Bali.
Ayam, her mum, she stays
My
with her
mum.
parents, so her parents will
Sedap
usually
kan
do the.
mama masak?
Yes, her
Ha.
mum makes the best nasi lemak, ayam rendang.
What about you?
Like for me, usually if I'm
Ni
grocery shopping,
makcik-makcik confirm buat grocery one.
I usually get vegetables,
Yeah, what kind
broccoli,
of- yeah,
cauliflower,
broccoli, yes.
capsicum. I like red capsicum specifically. Eggs, like just eggs to make like boiled eggs
Yes.
or scrambled
Eggs
eggs.
is a comfort
in,
food.
Yeah, in the morning or steamed eggs. Rice if I'm run out of rice. Some bread as well. Brioche buns are nice. In
Oh,
Jaya
brioche,
Grocer, Jaya
Oh,
Grocer's
you don't
amazing bakes is really good. You should try. Yeah.
Hopefully, I think they have in Aeon Bigs.
Ayam
Yeah.
also
Yeah,
got.
there's a lot of section in Aeon Big right now.
Yeah.
Even you can get sushi from there.
Oh,
Yeah.
very convenient. A lot of food options. Yeah.
Certain Aeon got sushi.
Yeah, chicken breast. Sometimes like beef, like sliced up beef, you can just goreng, stir fry with
Yeah,
onion.
there's a lot of things
Yeah.
you can get from the
Yeah.
grocery
She's
store.
a
right,
cooker.
So just something simple,
Yeah,
stuff
same,
like that.
Cooker. I'm
Yeah.
already mom, so I
Do you
have to
cook at home?
sometimes.
Sometimes.
But my favorite things to buy from grocery store is avocado.
Oh,
Yeah, she
really?
likes
Yeah.
avocado
But it's
so
I'm
much.
crazy
in
about
Malaysia.
avocado.
Ya ke?
Yeah.
In Australia when I
dalam
travel,
bag dia buka
$1
ada
je,
avocado.
90 cents if you're lucky.
Yeah,
Please
here
buy
it's so
for her.
Less than
expensive.
RM3.
She can buy for you. She
So I fly.
Sponsor us avocado. Because
Never.
the taste is so mild and
Yeah,
sometimes
creamy.
creamy.
Yeah, and nutritional
good fat.
also. Yeah, good fat, healthy
what?
fats,
So
healthy
what?
fats.
Okay, so that's enough for the food because three of us are like Malaysia, truly Asia, so we love food. Okay, move to the next question, Naomi. How do you keep up with your physical health? I mean, like, how do you maintain it? Because you are stewardess, flight attendant,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
always on the fly.
Yeah.
Is it pushing the cart one of the origin of the training?
Like for work, usually we have our we have our weight check every 6 months. So in a year there's 2 weight checks. So as long as my BMI is in the normal range, that's fine. You don't want to be underweight or overweight, all right? And for
As long as the baju kebaya.
baju kebaya.
yeah, baju kebaya.
Baju kebaya buat.
Yeah, but like for physical strength and trainings, usually we try to do at least 2 to 3 runs every week, not including our court sessions that happens 2 to 3 times a week as well. And if we have centralized training, usually on the weekends we have 2 sessions a day, so that's about 6 sessions from Friday to Sunday. Yeah, and if it's just the weekend, Saturday and Sundays, then we have 4 sessions in total. Yeah, so
we just had training.
we just had training this
We
morning.
just ended our last training
yeah,
centralized.
before we fly.
Thank you for being here with
No
Sinar
problem.
Okay guys, back at the contest. This is the second keywords. Floorball. Make sure you got it right, okay? You got it right. The first one, transparent and truthful. The second keyword is floorball because we're talking about floorball today. Only floorball. Don't forget to collect 3 of the keywords because the third keyword's coming out after this. We're gonna ask them more questions, okay? All right, back to Farah and Naomi. You are an athlete, right? For quite some time. Same. We are all athletes. It's just
Yeah.
I'm already retired.
Retired.
So
Cannot already this one.
I thought you still like
no, I already retired.
Retired already,
I
okay,
retired because cycling is hard.
The tire also tired already with her.
So this is talking about athlete moments. Do you ever experience difficult time? I mean, like to cope with your,
Emotions,
Butterfly in the
butterfly
stomach.
Was it like nervous?
Nervous,
or?
yeah.
Nervous, of course. I think most of athletes having the same feelings during, post, pre. I think I have that nervous now.
Yeah, sometimes
Yeah, because
you feel
when
nervous.
when everyone knows that you are going for SEA Games or any other, because SEA Games is another big one for like
floorball.
athletes. So the pressure, I think, started to climb slowly. I had a pressure, not the pressure. I think it's a good pressure where I think I have to do my very very best in this game, where we don't want to waste the moments that we train for a
Yeah.
couple of months, where all the tears, all the headaches, everything. Tak payah lah. Okay, where when we had a training where we do the drills, like Naomi will come to me, Faya, can you? Outsider people call me Faya. But
That's
that's
the nickname,
Yeah,
that's my
Farah is a
nickname.
real name.
Farah
Faya
is
is
my
like her
nickname.
nickname.
So I have 2 pictures on my profile. So when people motivates you, it's another level of motivations and also pressure, because you don't want to get them feel disappointed. Yeah, that is another level of me, because my goal and my job is to score the goal, to crash the net. So I'm carrying the so-called like motivations and also a little bit pressure, but I think that is where I have to counter it back. I have to do my
I
best.
think it's part and parcel of the game, or in any like sport
yeah,
that you do.
we're gonna.
But the
You will
pressure is
face
different.
Pressure, either pressure from your family.
She has
the
to cover the
friends.
goal
Yeah.
without the ball crashing the
Yeah.
nets. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I
different.
even vomit,
Yeah,
Last
sometimes when you
time-
feel too nervous.
Too nervous, you can cause vomit. So I never been in a
Team
sport,
yeah.
team sport, because cycling
Different.
is about
Individual.
individual achievement. Because if you want to get that numbers, you have to achieve on your own.
Yeah.
And then the rest of it is just small voices. Okay, go.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you receive all of it.
Yep.
So for you, Naomi,
Oh,
my
sakit
God.
tak?
For you, Naomi, can you tell listeners, the audience, what's the best,
Experience.
what's the best attitude
Oh.
for a team player? Because the team player terms, we use this almost, all sort of things. Even you are in the company, even
Yeah.
you are in the organization, the team player is a big word.
Yeah.
Can you share?
I
your own
think
thoughts?
playing with a team, especially, everybody has their own views and opinions. And because you play in a team, you have to make sure these 5 people get along and play together, despite having different opinions. I think having respect for one another and our disagreements or how we view things. I may be the shooter in the team, right? But if nobody passes the ball to me, how do I even shoot? You
Yeah.
know, or like it's communicating with one another as well. How you want to play the ball, where do you want the ball at, what do you do, and sportsmanship, like when you have the ball, and if let's say you made a mistake, do you come up and just say sorry to your teammate, or do you swallow and just act belagak macam it's not my fault? If everything is not your fault, then whose fault? Yeah, it's taking accountability also in what you did. Sometimes everybody did their part, and then this one person decides to do something like a mistake. A mistake, something may have happened, and you just have to acknowledge, and thank your teammates. Without them, you will not be here. Yeah.
Because in the podium, you guys together, right?
Yeah,
So
anything.
no one left behind. Like
together,
Yeah.
lose together.
And we understand each other as well. I think that's important. Like, we understand, like, if you accidentally let in a goal, something happened, you're not fast enough, acknowledging that and just giving your friend a pat on the shoulder, like, hey, we go for the next ball, Yeah.
So okay, we almost come to an end of the show, but we still have some question to ask. Okay, for you guys, if the students out there want to try this sport, like how do they get the connection? I mean, like, at what age they should start? who they should contact.
Okay, for Floorball, you can contact Floorball Malaysia on Facebook. Just hit on their messenger, and you can just DM us, and we will reply you as soon as we can. We have sessions usually on weekends, alright? And also different clubs also have their own sessions.
Alright, we do have clubs.
Yeah, we have clubs as well. So just DM Floorball Malaysia, alright?
So at what age they should start for the youth?
As long as you can start running and holding a stick.
So anak dia boleh lah.
Yeah, anak you, if you can run, then your stick will be short. Because it depends on your height, right? Different heights will have different length of stick.
So
the best one is 10 years old or 11.
Yeah.
Like
That's
competition.
that's
Yeah.
where you
Like
as a kid, because I started to play sports badminton when I was 10. So I think the best age is 10 years old for me. I don't know.
I think whatever sport should start at young age.
As long as you start from young.
And then you and you got support from the parents.
Yeah.
Yep.
Your parents support
How about
you.
how about you guys? I mean, like your parents. Do they support on this sport you're doing?
Acknowledge.
Acknowledge.
My parents are quite supportive because my dad used to be an athlete as well. He's played many sports. So I think I'm very lucky that my parents have encouraged me throughout this. Because it takes a lot of sacrifice as well, right? You
Yes.
cannot go out for family dinners. You can't attend this. You can't attend
Yeah,
that.
I skip a lot of weddings.
Yeah, like competitions on
Then I
Chinese
always
New Year.
get this.
Special occasion.
Yeah.
Nanti kau
special
kahwin tak ada
occasion.
siapa datang.
Yeah.
I always
a
get
lot.
that. So I was like emotional damage.
Yeah, emotional
Yeah.
damage.
Because as a family, you want everybody there and then, right, together.
Yeah,
But
because
sometimes you
it's-
cannot attend. You have to
Yeah.
serve.
Plus in Malaysia we have a lot of festive, you know.
Yeah.
That's so hard.
Different
to, you know,
cultures.
it's so hard to jaga. You have to choose the
Raya
best.
also like
Yeah.
we.
Everybody support.
Last weekend, everyone went
Yeah,
out for
yeah.
open house.
Open
Then
house.
kita macam asal jam ah.
Yeah.
Everyone is going open house. That while we are going for a training.
I think it should be end lah by end of the May.
End of the May. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because
One
Raya
day,
kan
one
Raya
month,
kan
one month
sebulan.
kan?
Semalam
Sebulan, yeah.
pun lemang ada dalam bilik.
Still, okay. That's the spirit. That's good. Okay,
Last keyword.
okay, last keyword for you. So the first one is transparent and truthful. And then second, floorball is all about, and just remember these two girl face, and then you guys will remember floorball. The last word, I've mentioned about this situation just now, karate. So 3 keyword, guys. Make sure you guys get all this and drop your comment as fast as you can at Sinar Facebook.
Drop it now.
Okay, you guys are not allowed to. You guys are not allowed to comment with the contest. And then, alright. I think that's all for today. We're gonna come up with a more interesting topic and more interesting guests. I think let's sum up of today. You know, let's wish the best for Farah and Naomi.
Thank you.
Good luck. Please
watch
Yes.
Catch us live.
Yes, catch them live.
YouTube.
On
YouTube. You can go to IFF channel, which is
Either
Right?
IFF or
IFF.
the next Sukan channel.
we're
or-
not sure yet how is it.
We'll
but
update you. We'll update
yeah,
you.
I will definitely text Adilla on it.
the first match with Thailand.
Thailand.
When will it?
It will be on
11th of
11
May.
at 9 a.m.
9 a.m.
10
Cambodia
a.m.
or
here.
10
10 a.m. here because
Local time.
Cambodia is 1 hour back. Yeah, so 9 a.m. Cambodia, 10 a.m. here.
So I just want to wish the best for you guys.
Thank you
Please,
so much.
Hopefully there's a gold medal, gold medal, mesti. And then please take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's a new culture. It's a different country. You know the best, right? The Southeast country can be full of surprise.
It's very hot over there.
Excited to go because
Yeah,
I've never been to Cambodia.
I also
Yeah.
don't know where is Cambodia before. Look at the map. Oh, it's just beside Myanmar. And
Yeah.
Myanmar,
So take care. Make sure you guys have a safe flight and have a good game. Don't fight. Just fight for the best medal. All right. So let's wrap up for today. I'm your host Adilla J Sam. Sport Matters second episode. Make sure you stay tuned for the next episode.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you,
for having us.
Adilla.